Hey everybody, Annie G here. So I wanted to come on here today and do something a little different with you guys. So I actually wanted to show you guys the process of how to make matcha tea. So I was going to have my round of tea for today. It's my second round. I'm not going to lie. I drink a little too much matcha, you guys. But I like the caffeine. I need the caffeine to keep me going for the day and throughout the day. So while I did that, I wanted to just hop on here and just show you guys how I make my matcha. So today I am going to be drinking the Ippodo brand. It's the Ippodo. Ippodo is the name of the tea house in Kyoto, Japan. That is where I get this from. I will definitely have the link to this down below in the description. I really like their tea. I think it's really good. The quality is really great. It's a ceremonial blend of really amazing stuff, and I can't recommend their tea anymore. I mean, it's really good quality, and I really love it. Now, the way you can make your matcha, all right, so let me do this so it's not covering everything. So either you can, for the scooping of the actual powder, you can either use a scooper, which I got this from Tenzo. Tenzo is another really good brand for your matcha green tea. The powders, their ceremonial brand, Tenzo's, is actually extremely close to this in quality wise. It's very close to this Ippodo brand. So it's not the same, but it's very close. So it's definitely another good option to try. But you can definitely, so if, when it comes to scooping, you can use either the scooper or you can use the traditional way with the scooper like this. You just scoop the matcha up. You can use either way. When I like it to be really extra strong, I do use the scooper instead of the bamboo one. I'm not gonna lie, I do that. So now when it comes to whisking your matcha, you can either have a frother, which I do have. I also have Tenzo's. Here, I'll show it to you guys. So you can either use this, it's a milk frother, and you can either froth it up like that. It has the button here. You just put it in and it goes. All right, so you can either use that or the whisk. Now, this is kind of messy, and I will say this does get the job done, but for some reason, with the milk frother, I have noticed that it tastes different. There's a completely different taste, and I think that's really interesting. So I don't really know why that is, but yes, so in whisks, there's definitely the frother that you can try. And there, I like to use the classic traditional bamboo whisk. It always comes with the whisk stand. It helps to keep its shape. And yes, so I'm gonna go ahead and start making it. I have my hot tea over here now. But about the water, before we get started with the water, so once you actually get the water boiling, now if you do have one of those electric tea kettles, I stopped buying that because they keep breaking down, and it's annoying, so I stopped buying that. But if you do have one of those where you could actually set to temperature, that would be great. You can like set it to like 100 or 120 degrees. But if you don't, once your water is boiling, just have it sitting for like 10 minutes or so before you pour it into the matcha. Because if you pour boiling water onto the matcha powder, you're going to get a bitter aftertaste. And you don't really want that bitter aftertaste. So just, give it like 5-10 minutes to sit before you do anything. So that's what I've been doing. I've been having the water sit here. And also your whisk, especially if your whisk is brand new. Now, I do this before every single time I drink my matcha, but especially once you buy this has to soak for a couple seconds, okay? So as you could see, the bristles, they are curled up. So what happens is you need them to open up a little bit, right? So we just pour a little bit of water, okay, in here. Now, it's not a lot of water, just a little bit, as you can see the steam coming out. And you don't want to just sit this in here while the steam is coming out, because it's not going to show in the video, but I did burn some of the areas of this bamboo. I have a backup, but I don't need a backup yet because it's not like to the point where it doesn't work. But just be careful. So as you do that, you just want to kind of do this. You just want to swish it around the water. Swish it around a little bit, do that. do that, and you see, as you see, the whisk will start opening up. The bamboo starts opening up. I hope the camera is showing that. But the bamboo starts opening up. The curls start uncurling. Now the curls on the ends, you'll see them a lot more prominent. They're more prominent when they're brand new. Here, I actually have a brand new one, and I will show you the difference right now. So how it is, when you first buy them, this is also the Tenzo brand actually. So if you'll see how curly the tips are compared to the one I'm using. See, this one's opening up. This one's brand spanking new. You see how curly it is? So when they're brand new and curly like that, you don't want to just all of a sudden go and start using it. No, you want to, at this point, you do want to let it soak a little bit. You know, you want to take care of the bamboo sticks. And you just want to let them like uncurl and just get ready for use. So that is how you get your whisk ready. That is how you get your whisks ready for setup. So I'm going to go ahead and get started. Now also, as you dip around your whisk, okay, and have it open up and get ready, at the same time what you are doing is you are allowing your warm water to swish around and swirl around in your bowl. Now what this does is it causes heat onto the bowl, which makes a more even distribution in the matcha when you add the matcha in. Now with this water that we just got this whisk ready in and all of that, what we do is we're going to empty this out. Either if you had a ceremonial bowl, you would empty it into that, or in your sink, which is what I'm going to be doing. Now this is very hot, so this bowl gets very hot, and that's what you want. You're prepping it. Now before you put your matcha in, you want to make sure that whatever you are wiping this inside with, you want to make sure you're wiping it completely dry. No drops at all of any water whatsoever, so that it doesn't mess with the matcha when you're making it, okay? This sounds stupid and minuscule, but I promise you it makes a difference, okay? These little things really do make a difference. Just like how, surprisingly, this, what was it called? The frother, okay? The electric frother changes the taste compared to using the whisk, okay? These are little tiny little differences, but they make a biggest difference in taste. I don't know why, it just does. So now what you do is you put in your matcha. Now, you use this, okay? This is a great thing to use. Now, this comes usually in any like matcha kit that you can get. You basically just put this over the spout over here, okay? And you put your matcha into this, and as you put your matcha in, you kind of just, you do this motion of making sure that it actually gets into powder, anything that's grainy. Because as you do open and close the containers over time, as the air comes in, there's also moisture going in, and that moisture gives it a little bit of a clump. So, whether you like it or not, that just naturally is something that happens over time of using it and opening and closing it. So that is something, this is why you want to use that. That's a great thing to use, and it comes in great handy. So I'm going to actually use my scooper because I want to make it very strong. I make my matcha pretty strong. I'm going to put 1 scoop and a half. Ooh, it's gonna fall. Okay. Close this so not a lot of light gets into it. Alright. Now what you want to do, like I said, is you want to just do this, and you want to just make sure your matcha is just getting into the most powderest of forms inside your cup. And you just want to keep on doing this until all the matcha is through and inside your bowl. You just do this, you just go, and you just keep on doing this, grinding it up, and I think we are good. All right, and there we go. You have the grinded up, I don't know if you can see, the grinded up matcha in full powder form. Now what we're going to do is we're going to add the water. Now you're not going to just fill this up with water. You are only going to put about maybe 2 ounces or so of water. Just a little bit at first. Just a little bit, okay? And you're going to whisk it, okay? And we're going to start whisking it in a W and M motion. We're going to whisk, 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 whisk real good so it gets really nice and foamy. And you will notice that as you're whisking, the foam is coming up and it's getting to this nice consistency. Now, if you want it in a more like muddy kind of a texture, like a pasty texture, you can put less water. You could put less than 2 ounces of water, and you'll get this more pasty kind of a solution, and you can actually just drink that as a shot. I'm not doing that right now. I'm making mine in a tea form, and I actually do drink it straight out from my bowl here. So I just make it in here and I drink it from in here. You just want to make sure that you're really mixing really, really, really well. And you just want to make sure that you're getting at a really good consistency as well. You want to make sure the whisk is grabbing all of that stuff. You're getting this nice foam at the top. You know, you want to make sure you're getting that. Now, in this process of whisking with the hand whisk compared to the electric whisk, I found the difference to be that with the electric whisk, it actually comes out more watered down, and I don't get as much froth on the top, which is very interesting. And also, because it's watered down, for some reason with the electric one, it actually, the taste is different. So I think that's interesting. Now, I don't know if you could see, there is like some kind of, I'm going to move the phone, okay? I'm sorry, you guys. I want to show you how it looks here, if you can see it. So there's this nice foam at the top, okay? And that's the consistency that you want to see when you're making your matcha, okay? That's the consistency. And I'm just going to keep going so I get a little bit more. If you hear my cat crying in the background, she wants my attention. Mommy's here, honey. I'm making a matcha video for everyone. So you just want to keep going. I think that's at a good consistency. And put that down. And then you basically, if you have a cup of, if you want it in a latte, you add a cup with milk. Hi, baby, I'm here. Okay, and then in the cup of milk, you then just pour this into the cup of milk and you have your latte. If you want it in a tea form, if you can just add this into a cup of hot water and that's the tea form, or you could just drink this as a shot as is, because it's really good quality matcha. You can definitely do that. I like it in a tea form. So I am just going to add some more water in this very bowl, because like I said, I just drink it straight from in here. Hey, choo-choo! And I am just going to swish, 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 swish around a little bit more. And that is how you make matcha, everybody. I hope you enjoy that. And you're just going to go ahead and enjoy your matcha tea or latte or however it is that you're drinking it. To show you the little end result of mine that I have, this is it. This is how it is going to look like. This is the matcha tea. Bam. Bam. Enjoy, everybody. Bye.